Hello, English majors. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce myself to you. My name is Pat Herron, and I am the librarian for the English department. And in that role, I am available to help you with any and all questions that you might have about the libraries and about library research. What I'd like to do first is introduce you to my profile page, so give me just a minute to move you over there. So here is my profile page, and the first thing I would recommend is that you make a note of the URL and add it to your favorites or your bookmark it so that you have it handy and can refer to it whenever you have a library related question or need help with your research. As you can see, my contact information is available, my phone number, my email address, and there's even a place here where you can actually make an appointment with me. This will link you to my calendar. If for some reason none of those dates and times work for you, just send me an email and I will get back to you with another possible meeting time for the two of us. I also want you to know that I get back to students usually within 24 hours or much sooner. I realize how very busy you are during the semester, and I try to honor your time in that way. So let me give you some examples of how I can help you with your research. They include, but are not limited to, helping you find peer-reviewed journal articles for your research papers, assisting you in using WorldCat, our catalog, to locate books and book chapters, also helping you find primary sources for your papers, and also helping you learn how to create good search strategies and identifying good keywords that you can use when searching WorldCat and the library's databases. And also, I can help you learn how to gain access to books, book chapters, and journal articles that are not owned by the University of Maryland libraries. I've also created a number of research guides that you can refer to as you embark on your research. And you can locate them here on my profile page under Research Guides. And as you can see, there are quite a number of them. Some are very narrowly focused, such as those designed for specific courses for which I offer research sessions, like the Honors Humanities 206. Others relate to specific authors, such as William Shakespeare and Mary Shelley, and others are very, very broad in scope. The guide I recommend for much of your coursework in English is the one entitled Research Guide for the English Major. So let's take a look at it and see what it includes. There's a lot of useful information in the guide that will help you locate materials for your papers and projects, and I will highlight the information under a few of the tabs, and I suggest that you look over the entire guide as you have time. So the Library Research Tips is just simply a 4-page PDF document that gives tips for searching in our catalog, WorldCat, and in the MLA International Bibliography, which is one of the most important journal article databases for the English major. It also includes information about some of the other EBSCO databases. And the goal of the guide is to show you how to narrow your searches when you're finding way too much material, and how to expand your searches when you're not finding enough material. The other tab I want to mention is the one under Finding Books, WorldCat, and this is just a series of screenshots that walks you through the basics of how to search for books and book chapters in WorldCat. The Finding Article tabs is a little bit more complicated. It's divided into segments, one for each of 3 of the tracks of study for English majors. We have literary and cultural studies, language, writing, and rhetoric, and media studies. And under each tab is a list of the most important article databases for that particular area of study. The MLA International Bibliography and the Academic Search Ultimate are some of the best to start with. And let me also mention that these databases are licensed to the University of Maryland and require authentication for use. So once you click on the title of the database and try to log in, it will ask you to authenticate. And once you've done that with your directory ID and password, you will be able to get into the database. Now, in addition to helping you find journal articles, chapters in books, and other materials, these databases will often actually help you link to the full text of those materials. So they are invaluable resources. If your research paper or project requires the use of historical primary sources, I suggest you check out the tab that says Primary Sources for Historical Study. Here you will find a wealth of databases that include the full text of books, pamphlets, newspapers, and periodicals for the early modern period through the 20th century. The focus is on English language materials published in the United States and Great Britain. And finally, as you are putting the final touches on that paper of yours, the tab on Evaluating and Citing Your Sources will point you to the basics of how to cite your books, articles, and other materials using either the MLA or the Chicago styles of citation. And finally, actually, as you after you have completed that well-researched and excellently written research paper or project, the libraries invite you to submit it to the Undergraduate Research Award Competition. Submissions are accepted between November 15th and February 15th of each year. Up to 3 awards of $1,000 each will be awarded to undergraduates who impress us with their research and writing. And I would like to mention that many of our past winners have been English majors. So please consider entering the contest. So in closing, I just want to remind you that I am available to help you with your research at any point during your coursework. One of my very favorite things to do in my work is to work individually, one-on-one, with students on their specific projects. And as I mentioned, no question is too small or too large. So in closing, I want to say goodbye. And I hope to hear from each and every one of you soon. Good luck with your semester. Bye-bye.